What's up, everybody? This is another edition of the D1 Team Profiles Project. This is Colin Walsh, your Director of Membership and your favorite coach ever. And I am here with Mark Rich. What are you laughing at? I'm here with Mark Richmond this morning. Mark, thanks for taking some time to tell us about your story, man.
My pleasure.
Awesome, brother. So let's jump right in, man. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tell me about yourself, okay? Ready?
All right.
Let's go.
Ready. All right. From New York, transplanted to St. Louis 24 years ago. Father of four, married
Boys.
to Sally. 4 boys, yeah. 4 boys, ages 9 to 15. Married to Sally. Let's see. Business owner, software developer. I've got about 18 people on my crew and my company, Skeleton Key. Dog owner, dog lover, pet owner. I love dogs and cats and all kinds of animals. Love kids. I'm a new runner, a reluctant worker-outer. I really only started doing that because of Sally several years ago when we were dating. Like I said, I'm from New York, but I got no accent. Love comics. Like, trade paperbacks and all that stuff for have forever. Love the outdoors. Kind of a man scout. Never got to Eagle or anything like that, but all my boys are in scouts, and so I do a lot of scouting stuff with them.
I was gonna say you got a pretty tranquil backyard, just listening to the birds. Pretty relaxing as it is right now.
Pretty tranquil life.
That's great, man.
Very
That's
lucky.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, we're excited for that, man. It's some interesting stuff too. So, what would you say, Mark, is the hardest thing that you've ever done?
This is a hard one. So I'm going to give you a physical one and an emotional one. The hardest thing I think emotionally I ever had to do was I stopped communicating with my father back in my early 20s. He's still alive. He still talks to my siblings, but there was just too much toxicity there. I didn't want that in my life. I was worried about that as a role model for my kids. And so he may have mellowed over the years, but we have just remained respectfully distant that whole time. So no animosity. I love him. I just don't want him in the day-to-day. That's always been hard to do and maintain. And I think as I get older and have kids and stuff, it gets harder.
Yeah.
On the physical side, man, that was really hard. Because you forget, right? You forget all the pain.
Right. I know what I thought of for you.
It's not 75 hard.
No?
It wasn't that hard. No, I mean, it was hard, but it wasn't that physically hard. It was just, mentally hard, right? You had to consistently stay on it. For me, it was, came out of, I think it was like one of my years in college or high school. I did like the whole summer in Cape Cod, working, painting college pro painters kind of thing. And they assigned me to sand a 100 or 200-year-old post office building that had like layers of lead paint. I mean, probably this much paint.
My gosh.
And they gave me a hand sander and a little mask and said, remove all the paint. And so it was basically like a wall of shingles and another wall of shingles. And I was just sanding the paint and the shingles and covered from head to toe in 100-degree heat. It was pretty miserable. Physically the hardest thing to do, because it was like you could see how many rows of shingles you had left to do, and I started on the first one and I was a mess in 3 minutes. That or climbing. I've climbed a few 14ers or tall mountains like Mount Shavano, and that last couple thousand feet is really, really, really hard.
Yeah, that's 2 pretty hard things. Share with me what you love most about D1.
I most love about D1. So it's a lot of different things, in no particular order. I love the facility. I love the field and the equipment. There's plenty of it. There's plenty of space. The last place I was at was a little bit crowded, and I just love the feeling of being open, but then being able to open up the doors and have the fresh air. It's just a great combination of elements. I love the coaches. I've been to places where there was a singular good coach that you really liked. I have yet to work out until D1 at a place where there was so many coaches, all of which, if not immediately, eventually really grew on me, and I really enjoyed working with. So I find myself generally looking forward to anybody who's running the workouts. The people, I'm not as gregarious as my wife, Sally, but I've found steadily over time, lots of genuine people who are willing to talk genuinely about, their workouts, their lives, their jobs, their kids, their highs, their lows, and and I'm the kind of person who enjoys working out as a group activity. So being able to talk with people and be real with people while you're doing that stuff. So it's less about the how much are you lifting or how hard are you going, and more about working out together. Um, and I think George said to me, and one of my boys said to me when I was asking him about this question, he said, "I don't know, you always come home and you're happy. Like you're
Oh,
always in a good mood after your workouts at D1." So maybe that's it. It just maybe I come home and I feel good because it was an overall good
yeah.
experience. Checked all the boxes.
Isn't it interesting to see what kids can pick up on and share with you?
Yeah,
That's pretty special, man. Those are, I think, all probably equally really high highlights. And so we're just appreciative of those words and grateful to have you on our team. You're definitely a fan favorite, which is why I wanted to spend some time with you this morning. So appreciate you
thanks.
taking out some time from your day. I know you got a busy day coming up to run your business and keep things running while we're under pressure. So again, really appreciate your time, man. And we're gonna go ahead and close it down with a breakdown. So we're gonna go D1 on three,
All
raise
right,
as we always do, going D1 on three. One, two, three, D1.
D1. All right, man.